Hello everybody, Mr. O here, and today is another day for a redo. What I'm going to do is redo the how to get paint. Um, in most classrooms, we use bottle paint. The brand that I use in my classroom is Crayola Portfolio Series acrylic. Blick acrylic is good. And basically, the reason I'm redoing this video, I think I went on a 5-minute rant of why I was upset that I had to throw away $5,000 worth of paintbrushes when I took over a classroom. Now, when I fill up a divot, you'll notice that it's half a divot. It's probably a little less than half a divot, because at the end here, I'm going to scoop it right back into the paint bottle. And that's something I want you to do. The other thing I want you to notice that is I left it open. I want you to leave it open so that way other classmates, we will close them at the end during cleanup. Somebody can be responsible for that. It's something I would recommend for your own classroom because this is for students and teachers. Now, when we first get started, we are only going to get 2 to 3 colors because you're not going to paint everything at once. Build up the palette as you go, as you need color, and don't worry about washing out or getting rid of a color right away until you're fully done with your painting, and then you can scoop stuff back in. I did bring tube paint to you guys just to show that when you're into the advanced painting, you can get into my tubes and you'll notice they'll go a lot further. And then when you push out, notice that there's a hard piece. I'm just going to remove that. See how easy that was to remove? And you notice how it squirts out. Sometimes it's not as thick as this. And the half a divot rule is a little different. Might be a third of a divot. These I do close because the last thing they need to do is stiffen up anymore. So I got my paint, and the reason like I said, I was starting with 2 is because you're not going to paint everything all at once. I want you to focus on whether you do your background, your subject matter, whatever the 2 most important colors, and you remember I said 2 to 3. There's always sometimes we do a blending color, a mixing color, and if you need that third, and of course there's exceptions to any rule. And if you know you only need a little tiny bit of white, do you need a half a divot? No, you can just kind of coax it out. Sometimes I open up the cap and I just stick my brush and wipe, and I call that good. If I know I need that little, it's just for an accent marker or something like that. The other thing too is bottles get emptied. You'll notice I'll start storing them upside down, and then at some point you will have to take the cap off and really get it out. When they're fully empty, you will give me the bottle so that way I know what's gone from my inventory. And one of the other things I want to warn you about, sometimes, and I got one of those craft paints, oops, I don't want to mix it. That's not the one anyway. This is the one. I think this one hasn't been mixed yet. Sometimes when you haven't used paint in a very long time, you see how it's more of a gel, and it's clear. That's the binding fluid. That's the mixing fluid to make it thick. So shake it up and you'll notice the difference right away. And beginning of any semester, or if you're a trimester school, see the difference there. I would always recommend the very first time you see it close, shake it up. You don't have to shake it up every day, but maybe over a weekend, just shake it up a little bit first. And then if you're not finished painting, what you're going to do is you're going to get a cover and you're just going to cover it, okay? So you'll have your palette, you have your paint, and I'm going to get paint here. It happens, not a big deal. We do our best to scrub, but sometimes these covers, I got one that's on an old thing. As you can see, this thing is just rotting and it's cracking, and we get rid of them and we replace them. If you accidentally break them, even when they're brand new, that happens. Just think about what you're doing. So guys, Before I forget, the most important thing, probably a little harsh cutaway because you didn't see when I wrote my message as always. Never forget, you are loved. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.